Alright guys, Zinc here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video. Yes, I am wearing a wearable blanket, unlike my usual self wearing an anime t-shirt. I live in Scotland and it is bloody cold, so I need to stay warm, and yes, I am wearing a fluffy blanket. But anyway, today's video we are going to be talking about something that, to be honest, I've not seen people talking about all that much, and really I'm doing it because I want to keep your expectations in check for what you can expect from this game. And that is, we're going to be talking about the dupe system and really just how important dupes actually are in this game. So, I'm going to start off by talking about the more basic reason why dupes are very, very important in this game. And yes, okay, do what you want to do. I know I'm going to get comments down below saying, "Oh, you're a whale," right, whatever. The fact that I'm a whale is meaning that I've been able to go quite far into the game. And it's allowed me to experience what this game is like a little bit later on, right? I don't want to say endgame just yet. What the hell is that on my camera? I don't want to say endgame just yet because I believe more opens up. But just to get here, I've been able to experience quite a bit and see what you kind of need to do, right? And I'll tell you right now that one thing you need is you need to have your characters pretty much at least SS, right? And the reason I say that is because when characters are of SS rank, they unlock this thing here. They unlock this fighting spirit, okay? And fighting spirit basically gives you a new set of passives, so to speak, or bonuses. Not only does it give you bonus stats, it gives you like bonus abilities, and it will give your characters in the assist slot these abilities as well, which you literally need if you are going to keep progressing in this game, okay? So to get that, you need your characters to be SS. There's no two ways about it. Having a jury that is maybe A+ or S+, later in the game they're not going to cut it. You need to have these characters that are SS because you are just going to get absolutely scalped if you do not have characters who are of the higher awakening class. Again, that's going to be SS, right? Now, as well as that, you kind of need to have them there so that you can breach the level cap, and even to get to the first level cap, and we'll talk about what I mean by that in a minute. The first max level cap, you basically need them to be SSS, right? So again, to have your team be strong enough to do things like these later chapters, you're gonna have to have at least 4 characters who are up to SSS rank, okay? And that is just so you can reach the first level cap, max level cap, which is 260, okay? Now, things change when you hit 260, and I only found this out yesterday first hand, okay? I'd heard it mentioned, but now I've seen it and I can show it to you guys. But when you hit 260, you can't move any further, right? What actually happens is you need to move 4 characters of the SSS rank to 260 before you can move beyond that, okay? So that's quite a lot of dupes. You're going to need to have characters who are quite well duped out to be able to breach the upper level cap, okay? But then things change. So I need to take you into another screen now. So we're going to go to training and we're going to go into limit break. You'll notice my limit break looks a bit different from probably how your limit break looks, okay? There's no characters along the top, and I've got a thing called monument level, okay? So how this works is when you hit level 260, you get all the resources back that you put into those 4 characters, okay? So as you progress through this game, you'll find that breakstones are very difficult to come by. Energy for leveling characters probably isn't so difficult to come by because you will have long periods of sitting, not being able to level because you need these breakstones. When you hit level 260, however, that flips altogether. You suddenly have loads of breakstones, and XP, player XP, and money starts to become harder to come by. You start burning through it at an absolute rapid pace, because what happens is this button here, which I can't do it right now, you have this total that you can see, and this will move it up 1. So this bar that you can see here, I would press that and it would go to maybe here, then it would go to here, then it would go to here, and at the end of that I would be asked, do you want to spend a breakstone? Yes. You'll look back to the start and you go again, right? Now even here, dupes become important again, because as you can see here, each time you have a different SSS fighter, the maximum level cap of the monument increases by 5 up to 58, up to 5885 level, up to 5885 level. I'm not exactly sure exactly what that means, right? But basically, to have more of a level cap, you basically have to have even more SSS characters, right? So every single time you get a new SSS character, it adds 5 on to your level cap, and then you can boost your characters up even further. So I've got 11 SSS characters just now. I use her, I use him, and I use him. I use her, him, and I use Rose, who is currently SS plus, I think. So she's not SSS, but I've unlocked her fighting spirit, so she is actually useful, okay? She becomes useful at that point. But unfortunately, or fortunately, or I don't know, I'm just trying to be realistic with you guys. It's difficult. It's difficult. You need dupes. People are... I mean, the game's free to play friendly depending on how you view things, right? So if you're someone who must progress quickly, right? If you're someone who must progress quickly, the game's not free to play friendly, right? It's not. Fact. If you are someone who understands that with patience and with time, you will get dupes of characters, you will get what you need to beat the level cap, whatever, then the game is free to play friendly, because you get plenty of summons over time in this game, but some people don't have that patience, right? So it's a bit like I mentioned to you in that video I did about the new Ken that's coming out. If he's on a gacha banner, if you can't get him to SS, then honestly I wouldn't even bother summoning for him, because the reason I say that is because without having access to being able to unlock his fighting spirit, he's not going to have the kind of kit that is going to be as useful to you when you get to these higher stages. It's things like having Rose's ability to give more tarot cards to people. It's things like Jury's ability to do explosive attacks when she builds up so much crit. It's things like Sakura's ability to give more HP when she's using her abilities. It's things like Elena being able to do her healing dance. It'll last longer, it'll do more healing. All of these things are literally what is going to help a player progress in this game. And obviously, being able to take your characters up to the higher level as well is going to help you exponentially, you know? So I don't know why nobody's really spoken about it, but dupes are vital, absolutely vital, okay? So if you're someone, for example, that has already pulled Jury, or you've pulled Rose, and you're thinking, from the tarot event, I would like to get the other one, my advice to you would actually be, don't do that. Take the dupe of the one that you have, because those characters are hard to come by, and it will allow you to get that character closer to the point where they're going to be able to do more for you on your team. Because with this that you can see right here, and also with the thing that I spoke about a minute ago, which is obviously your fighting spirit, we'll go and have a look at this one here. These are going to do more for you. So again, look here, just to show you this one, and you won't have this unless you're fighting spirit. After performing any combo 4 times, Floral Kick and Shuriken are replaced by Sakura Rain. Strikes the nearest target 6 times, dealing damage equal to 720% of attack. Meanwhile, all enemies receive 5 times Dazzle. After the skill animation ends, the fighter gains 5 times Sakura Rain while performing the skill. The fighter has control immunity. If the fighter is in Dazzling Sakura status, this skill applies an additional 3 times Dazzle and Sakura Rain. All of these things are going to give you much more damage, and then you've got this here unlocked at 5 of your fighting spirit. When she's in the assist slot, when the fighter's in the assist slot, The assisted fighter takes a single instance of damage that would cost more than 8% of their max HP. They immunise this damage and restore HP equal to 50% of the assisted fighter's attack. Trigger interval 12 seconds. So every 12 seconds, if you're going to take massive damage that's more than 8%, you'll heal instead. But you won't get that unless you've unlocked Fighting Spirit, you know. And as it goes down further, increases secure range damage to 828% of attack. And then further on, replaces skills after performing 2 combos, right? So rather than, what was it before, 4? Yeah, it's now 2. So it literally takes these characters and makes them so much better. And you do not unlock this until you get to SS rank, okay? And just for sort of a clarity's sake, let's just look at exactly how many dupes you need of a single character, not including legendaries or infernos, to get them to SS. You need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh wait, that's SS, isn't it? This one's SS? I'm pretty sure that's SS. Yeah, that's SS. So to get up to SS, specifically of this character, you need 1 character, then 3 characters, and then some other random characters. So for normal characters, it's not too bad. You can get them to SS pretty quickly. For your more rare characters, it's a bit different. You need to have 1 character to get them to A+. You need to have 2 more, so that's 3 dupes. You need to have 5, 6, 7, 8 dupes to get them to this level, whereas they're really going to shine, okay? So what I would say to you guys is be careful when you're using your fodder, right? Because if you've thought to yourself, you know what, I don't like this character, I'm just going to use them to raise the class of another character, the dupe level of that character is going to help you later on with your limit break. That's important for your overall level cap. When you're pulling these guys, however, like I say, it's better to get more copies of one of them than it is to try and spread out and get all of them. So when it comes to like exchange events and stuff like that, if you've already got a Rose or if you've already got a Jury, you're probably going to be better off taking another copy of them, because it's going to lessen the amount of work you've got to put in to get these characters up to the kind of level where they're absolutely going to shine, okay? Over time, you will do that if you're free to play. Just obviously have the patience to understand it's going to take you time. If not, hate to say this, it'll cost money. You either need to spend money to do it quickly, or you need to take your time, and eventually you'll get there, but you will hit probably roadblocks along the way, because you will come to a point where if you cannot get your overall level cap increased past 260, it's going to take you a long time to move on, right? I personally hit a wall at 260 2 chapters back, and it took a bit of work to be able to progress further on. So the dupe system is massively important. Don't let anyone tell you it's not. This isn't me being negative, this is just me being realistic. It is massively important, and you're probably better served getting a character duped out so that you can unlock their fighting spirits and stuff like that, because that's really when a character's going to shine and do well for you in game. Anyway guys, this is just a look at kind of how things are down the line, how the leveling system changes, what you actually need to make characters really, really good. Because I'm seeing a lot of tier lists, and to be honest, I don't know how far the people are in the game, and I don't know how much they've actually leveled these characters, because I don't agree with a lot of the placements. But like I say, I don't really think you can judge a character until they've got their fighting spirit, because that is when the character really starts to shine. It's a bit like Dokkan if you've ever played it. Unless you've got maybe 2 paths open where you can add additionals and crits and stuff like that, you never really get to see what a character's like. Some of them are okay without that, but most of them really need that to shine, and this is no different. So, still crossing my fingers that the new Ken isn't going to be a master, because if he's a master, you're going to need around about 8 copies to get him to this point, to when he's actually going to have some long-term value. Anyway guys, I've been Hazink, thanks for watching, and as always, I will catch you all on the next Street Fighter Duel video. See ya!